Howdy friends, today we're going to smoke a chicken and we are going to do it with all of our own ingredients. In this little bowl here, we are going to add homemade lemon pepper. Have you ever noticed that lemon pepper is actually 3/4 salt? So why do they call it lemon pepper when it's really lemon salt? I know, I have questions, sorry. To that, we are going to add some dried rosemary. This is whole pieces of rosemary from my garden. This is my overflow jar, maybe about a teaspoon worth. And in other circumstances, I might have ground this first, but not so much with what I'm doing with it today. Doesn't bother me at all. We're also going to add 2 heaping teaspoons of my homemade pineapple Italian blend. This is wonderful on chicken and pork. I also add it to pasta sauce. It just kind of depends on how I'm feeling. I do use traditional Italian seasoning also, but I really like the way this tastes on chicken and pork. But that's my personal opinion. You do what you want. I could not find my pepper grinder, so we are just shaking some pepper in here. And then we're going to give a quick toss. A little stir, make sure everything's incorporated. Now, when you go to roast, bake, smoke a chicken, there are some things that really need to happen. The first one is that you need some kind of oil or fat to go onto this so that your skin does not burn. So we are going to add 2 heaping teaspoons of bacon grease. Now, I know not everybody likes to use bacon grease. A lot of people are like, that's weird. That's fine. I live in the South. Bacon grease stays on my countertop. That jar's the bomb. I love it. So we're just going to stir this up really quick so it's emulsified and it's all together. And then you are going to give your little chicken a nice massage. And we are starting on the back. When you go to season a whole bird of any sort, chicken, duck, turkey, whatevs, hen, I don't care. You need to season the whole thing. You cannot just season the top half. If you do, you're going to have really bland meat. Remember that your dark meat is mostly actually in the back section of your bird because of the way that they are built. So although the legs jut out in the front, the actual thigh meat is in the back end. So you want to make sure that we are going to massage this lovely mixture all over the back. We want it on our legs, we want it on the wings, and then we're going to turn it over and we're going to do the same thing to the front. And this is going to help us a couple ways. One, it's going to make sure that your skin doesn't burn if you are putting it in the oven or if you are roasting or rotisserie it. We're smoking it in my case, and it's nice because it helps crisp up the skin. If you are putting it in the roaster, you can always put a little foil on top of it to try to shield the skin until the last 20 minutes. But again, we're smoking ours, so we are going right back to this massage. And I want to make sure that you get some on the wings, that I get some on the legs, because even though we might not eat all the skin on this chicken right now, I am not a waster. And this chicken carcass, any skin, any bones are all going to my freezer to help me make broth later. And I like it when my chicken bones have some flavor to it. Now, I know you're like, Heather, did you just stick your hand between this chicken's skin and its meat? I sure did. In fact, I'm going to poke a hole on the other side and do the same thing because I still want to season. Breast is oftentimes a little drier than the dark meat. The dark meat is fattier. It makes its own fat. So having some kind of oil or fat added to this does wonders. It A, helps make sure that your breast is not dry, and it B, helps you still season all of the chicken. We want the whole chicken seasoned here. I'm not just trying for the outside, I want the inside seasoned too. And not only that, after I have smushed around and seasoned the in-betweens, I'm actually going to season the inside of this chicken also. Because again, I want the whole carcass to be reused again because I'm a reuser. Now, once I scrape out all the rest of these goodies and make sure that it's smushed everywhere, and I am going to rub this inside the chicken, I'm going to do the whole inside all the way around. I'm going to stuff it. And today we were stuffing it with dehydrated oranges and a whole onion that I've just quartered. And I have left the skins on the onion. I don't particularly care. The plan was not to eat this onion. It will go right to my compost after the fact. But right now I really want it just for seasoning. So I'm going to take a quarter of onion and some dehydrated orange. And I am just going to stuff this little chicken till there's no more stuffing available. And again, this is me wanting to make sure that there is flavor both in my meat on the top and the bottom, but also in the carcass, so that when I go to make my broth, it tastes better. It's not just, watery chicken-esque. I want flavor. That's what I'm here for. Once you stuffed your chicken, I then also have some dehydrated lemons, and I'm going to tuck them between that skin and the chicken breasts. As the chicken starts to cook, its own fats are also going to be added to the mix that we have, and they are going to rehydrate this lemon. And when I tell you that the pieces of the breast that had the lemon on here taste wonderful, you just don't even understand. It's so good. Now, if you're not a lemon fan, you could do the oranges instead, especially if you do like a blood orange. It's a little sweeter, but I think it's great. We're putting it on our smoker at 265 for 2 to 4 hours, depending on how big your chicken is. You want to make sure your chicken hit 165. This is what she looked like.